What's going on, everybody? This is going to be my first official video, hopefully. Today we'll be doing an oil change on my 2013 Civic Si, and as well as a tire rotation and coilover adjustment. That's what I hopefully plan to do today. The car, just put new bigger wheels. It's got 9.5-inch wheels on it. I have yet to do new thicker tires because it's rubbing on the fender a little bit. Brembo brakes with slotted rotors. Same all the way around, 9.5. Didn't do a staggered setup. Basically stock. It's got tint, short throw shifter, Honda tuning myself. So one day it'll be tuned fully, but it's just it's not too bad. It's got the NVIDIA N1 exhaust. Absolutely love it. Now I just need a downpipe. But yeah, let me get this jacked up and we will get started. Alright, so now that the car is jacked up on all fours due to the tire rotation, it's just easier. And the hood is finally open to reveal the gorgeous 2.4 liter dual overhead cam VTEC engine. Not the true VTEC, only one cam, sadly, but it's all good. Cheap ass intake. Need to get rid of it. Eventually this thing will get a different intake or a manifold, so this will just stay there until then. It just makes cool crossover noises, but other than that, basically bone stock, just little things here and there. Next plans are I'm going to Dremel all this out to get more airflow through the rad because it needs more cooling, and I want to make a cold air that goes back here and sucks air in from here to here because the temperature, especially on a day like today where it's about 100 degrees and really humid, that it does not like it. It throws an emissions code, but it's just from sitting. It only does it when idling, so not horrible. But now that the car is up, we can officially go down there and go do it. So let me see. So we grab that, and I believe it's a 17 on this car. Alrighty. Oh, let me go grab my oil drain stuff. Alright, so now that we're underneath the car, it's time to take this oil filter off, and normally I wouldn't have to take that off first, but with my oil filter sandwich plate on there, I need to. So I got this nice handy dandy remover because this does get a little stuck at times. I should be able to. Oh yeah, look at that, 0 weight 20, nice and warm and gooey, all coming out nicely. Just let it drain out for a second. Probably should have brought some paper towels down. It's all good. I'll grab some in a second. Yeah, make sure your engine's at operating temp. That's for sure. And the oil's a little dirty. Nothing too crazy though. Alright, let me go grab a towel real quick. I will come right back. Alright, now I'm back after getting a towel. I'm gonna get ready to drain the oil now out of the engine, obviously. Otherwise, everything else would be worthless. So I do like to, especially in my case with this sandwich plate, wipe everything down inside. And that way it prevents that little bit of drippage. It'll still drip all over your hand. All right. God. Of course, these get a little stuck. Alright, now that I got that annoying drain plug loose, it did not want to come loose for the life of it, for whatever reason. I always end up having an issue with this thing. Now we can That drain plug is hot. The oil looks pretty good. It's nice and clean. Yep, I'm not seeing any sparkles. It's not overly dirty, no coolant or anything, so that is good. We will let that drain at the moment. Yeet. Usually try not to drop that in the bucket. I don't know where it went. Some hot oil. Whew. Turns out on a 100-degree day, engine oil turns into about 120. Nice and warm for me. Keeps my hands nice and limber and loose. Keeps the arthritis away, maybe, supposedly. But then I'll inspect my drain plug. I like to do that because a lot of the times I always feel like they strip out over time. I've had this one on there for a minute, never leaked, never did anything. All my other cars I replaced the gaskets, but this one, it's never had an issue, so I'm not going to change it. So as we let the engine oil slowly drain out, I will come back when we are putting the drain plug back in. Alright, so with all that done now, we will put in the drain plug again. Now it's slowly stopped moving. And we will tighten her up. Not too much. Just a few clicks there. Don't want to end up like a Walmart service tech and strip all these Hondas like they all do. A lot of my buddies have had that issue. And then we are going to take a little, I'm going to dip my fingers. Actually, I got some fresh oil because I do partially fill my my oil filters just a little bit, especially on this car, just because it's easy. Really makes no difference, but I like to lubricate the O-ring. Hopes that it's easier next time to get off. It won't be. I'm changing it up from my factory Honda to a Wix filter that most people seem to recommend running. And so I will follow in that recommendation. Now, eventually when I do turbo this, it will be going to 5W30. So that's just the next step up. It's got a small oil leak. I did do a valve adjustment not too long ago. Looks like I might have a rear main. I got to take this inspection plate off one point. And there we go. Filter is on. Alright, I will take you guys upside and we will go put some oil on her. Alright, so now we're up top. And I'm going to take off my neck lights. Not needed. Let me grab my oil real quick. Alright, so now that I got my oil, and obviously going with the best AMSOIL. First time I ever put it in, about 20 degrees cooler oil temp, and I've stuck to that ever since, and the engine always feels happier. So I'm going to use the included AMSOIL single-use funnel in this kit, which I very much enjoy. We are going to up the flow though. No, it won't let me rip it for some reason. That's fine. So we will put that into our oil fill hole, and we will just, of course I didn't bring my knife over here. There we go. A little bit of extension action helps a lot. Take the seal off to prevent any major spillage. I'll throw that away in a second here. Now we can put liquid gold from AMSOIL into its new home. Oh yeah, look at that. Really nice liquid gold AMSOIL. I love them. Worth it to get their preferred customer discount, even though it's cost the $20 for the year, but totally worth it if you have multiple vehicles like I do. I have 6 of them. Oops. Have to clean that up. Currently, this is the only vehicle I run on AMSOIL. My 77 MG will probably be getting AMSOIL this year on its next oil change, due to it just getting older. And I want to give her some love because that car's treated me very well, and I want to treat it very well. Let me go grab my other quart here. If I can. Alright, so that was 4. And I got an extra quart here. I'm detailing the engine bay, which will probably be another video here, because this is a very dirty engine, very oily at the same time. So that was 4 quarts. This car calls for a little under 5. I do tend to put the whole 5 in it. I'll always underfill it just a small bit at the first go, but I usually do tend to not severely overfill it, but just a smidgen. A little bit of overfilling doesn't really hurt, in my opinion. It's when you get to a ton of overfilling that it becomes the issue. So, that's coming out. I almost lost the mic already. Sorry about if this is rough or anything. It's the first time I'm actually ever doing this. Not the oil change, but videoing while doing everything. So I'll give it a second. I'm going to check it. It's like 100 degrees out today. I mean, beautiful day, but just so humid and hot. That's why you might hear the fan in the background. Alright, as of now, she is above the mark. So I am going to take this out temporarily, put this back on for now, and we are going to run it for a little bit and then check if there are any leaks. I don't know there's a cap for that, and I'll probably end up pouring this in later when I go to recheck the oil to ensure that that it is full. Alright, now I do definitely have to empty my oil thing, my oil bin. So now we will take you guys to the back for a lukewarm startup. Running pretty well. Started right up, no issues, full oil pressure. Those injectors tick away. A little loud, but that's just injector talk for you. I'll double check underneath. I don't see anything pouring out. Should be all good. I mean, and inside here, RPMs are doing good. Oil pressure's doing good. All temp and coolant down there. Yep, she's a little poppy, but I do have to reset my trip while I am in here. Boom, trip A is set to 0. She has 126,000 miles on her. But I'm replacing those carpets, but you know, still not in bad condition. Alright, now that she's idled for a second, I am going to shut her down. Let her live a little bit. Alrighty. And now I will get the stuff ready to do tire rotation. Alright, so now got the impact, the wheel key, and the wheels, and obviously the car up on the ground. Now, normally I would try to break these by hand, but with these already being in the air, this is the easiest route. I already loosened that one to make sure this thing could do it. Alright, this thing does have a ton of brake dust, which I need to clean. But this tire will go back over here for right now. So I want to go straight back. Ready? Yep, that's a better look at my beautiful stocky Brembos. They're a little dusty, that's for sure, but slotted rotors. But yes, my gorgeous Brembos. They this was a kit from DC5 Creations. They are Acura TLX, I believe. Brembos that were CNC machined, especially on the rear, and ported to fit this car and work the best that they can. It's only $700, so I can't complain too much. Yes, I am running a slight spacer on the fronts just because those wheels barely don't fit over this. I think eventually I'm clearancing either this or the wheel set. I have to decide what I want to do, because when I bought these wheels, I wasn't exactly planning on getting a big brake as soon as I did, but things changed, and then I got big brakes, so. I may not have torqued these. Okay. Oops. So this would go to the other end of the vehicle, as we will put these nice, good-sized tires on the front of this car now. Just gonna lay them right there. So now I just gotta do this side, and then we will go to adjusting coilovers. All right, so we are back, and we are still under the vehicle, technically. We are now going to adjust these coilovers. I want to add some more preload, which will be this guy right here. I want to add a little more preload up top here, and then lower it just a little more. I mean, it's a fine, finicky game, that's for sure. Trying to, there we go. I just wanted to kind of break it, and now that's right about right there. We'll just do 2 turns of the coil. And that'll be turn number 1. And this will make the ride a lot stiffer, which was technically to most people would probably be an issue. But to me, it'll help with the tires hitting the fenders. So, and I mean, it'll also help with just handling in general, in my opinion. I mean, if school's taught me anything, you know, a little stiffer doesn't hurt. I mean, you definitely don't want fully stiff, otherwise you'll have no weight transfer and no grip as a result, but this will also help with any wheel hop that this car might have. Alright, so that was turn number 2. And we're just gonna go ahead and tighten that guy. Maybe this is not even the. Alright. So then just. There we go. I am actually going to grab a little bit of brake clean to clean these threads just a little bit because they are a little dirty. If these threads are a little dirty, it can definitely cause some issues in the turning. See, all it takes is a little can of brake clean. You know, maybe just, and then you do want to lubricate them every now and then. Like, I will probably end up throwing just a little bit in there. All right. So with the body And I am going to spray the threads on this back side here and wipe them out. I do need, like I said, I do need to lubricate the coilovers. It's been a minute since they've been on the car, so, but you can tell it's spinning a little better, not completely yummy. So let's see, as it reaches the cleaner threads, it now opens up. So we're gonna do one more spray. I don't know if we're gonna reach those threads or not, and that'll clean that up pretty nicely. So now you're gonna take, it's not really the best way to do it, but it is the way, a way to do it. And you might see the hub get slowly pulled up as we do a turn. I like to do about right in the middle there. So it's about a turn back down. And then all we have to do now, yep, so I like to do turn and then stop right about there. And that's how you adjust BC Racing coilovers on the front. Now the back's a little different. You have to disconnect the shock, and I do have to put some camber arms on this thing that I have yet to install, Skunk 2 camber arms. But yeah, you do want, in the rear, you want the shock to be disconnected. I can do a video on that eventually whenever I want to mess with the rear. The rear's a little bit more of a pain. But yeah, it's as simple as that. Same spring concept, just kind of flipped upside down where these two are on the top instead of the bottom. Same with the threads. And this doesn't exist, but that's what these two are for, on the back to adjust preload and then adjust your height. And then you just want to adjust your shock so that's not bottoming out when you hit a bump. So, so I'm going to go ahead and adjust the other side, and I will come back when we are putting the wheels back on. All right, so we are back now after all of that. Got the other side set up pretty much the same as this side, meaning we should be all okay. Let me grab the wheels, or a wheel. Alrighty. Good news is it still fits. I've had that happen where I've adjusted my coilovers. Suddenly the wheel is too close to the fender. And it's not a fun day, I can tell you that much. So, let me just run these on by hand a little bit. And we'll get our last guy on here. And I always like to turn my impact down to number 1, because I'm not trying to impact them on. I see the wheel move, so I move on to the next one. I see it move a little more, move on to the next one. Move a little more, move on to the next one. And then move on to the next one. And then now back to the original. So the wheel snugs up. So one tap on that one. One tap on that one. One tap. And we'll do one tap on the other to ensure that they are seated. Alright, we are back now with the car on the ground, like I should have done it originally. But, you know, I don't think. Start off with the first one. Alright, we'll double check it with this guy. I always like to do it twice just to ensure that we did it okay. Alright, wheel number 1 down. Try not to stand in your way. Alright. And be sure to leave any tips or anything I can do to help in recording, because I do want to make sure it's as quality-ish enough. It doesn't have to be crazy, but I'd rather it be better for anyone's enjoyment, watching pleasure, especially if they need a guide for something. Any of these cars. All right, so those were those two wheels. I'm gonna go torque the other side, and then I'll check the oil. The oil's the right level. Yeah, so everything's good. The wheels are torqued down. I mean, really, everything's good. Can't forget you. All right, so she is out of the garage. It definitely looks a little bit better on the front side of it. Definitely a little stiffer. Obviously they still have to settle. They're still up high. So once they settle in, I have a feeling it'll be a lot better. But those are the tires rotated. So there is the 98 C5, the 76 MG, 97 Blazer, 69 F600, our 2014 Expedition. One of my other prides and joys, the top of the three, the 92 Buick Roadmaster, as owned by my aunt. So I consider this a car collection kind of quick view, very clean, only like 87, almost 88,000 miles on it. You know, church on Sunday kind of car, how it usually goes. But yeah, and this is the other one. My 1977 MGB, my first, well, technically that other MG was my first car, but our first project car, but this is my drivable project car, the one that actually runs. So, well, kind of, when it wants to. Obviously, needs paint, needs locks, needs a few other things, but that's why it's perfect for this channel, because it needs work done to it. As for the Civic, I mean, it just needs a full engine rebuild, trans rebuild, and turbo kit, and can make 700 wheel horsepower and be very happy with her. But obviously that is a lot of money and a lot of time to come. But yeah, that's everything at the moment. So you know, I want to thank anyone that's watching. Anything helps, like always. So as of that, thank you for watching C to Z Garage, and I will see you everyone next time.